on, guys? Welcome back to the HSR. My name is Nick Novak if you haven't met me. Today is day 10 of 50. I skipped yesterday. Today's Monday. Yesterday was Sunday. We ended up dedicating our daughter at church, and I didn't want to even have to get on the internet. I made a little post for, it took me 2 minutes, but I didn't want to get on there. It's a special day. Family's very important to me. It's the most important thing, and so I didn't want to have to make a video and go out and do this. Granted, yesterday was the hottest day. It was like 106 degrees in August, and it was not very fun. But anyways, like I said, technically I cheated, but family's too important. We didn't know that they were dedicating kids at church until last minute, and which was like last week, so we had about a week's notice. But like I said, family's important, and that's why we ended up doing that. But today we're starting a somewhat big project. As you can see, our fence line goes straight this way and then it angles up. And what I want to do is, I'm thinking long-term here. So kind of my plan is we'll end up leaving this post here, going up 3 spots. I think right here to this first evergreen, cedar tree, whatever you want to call it. We'll probably pull this out and we'll make an H brace right here in the middle. So we're gonna leave this straight. We'll put a new post here and an H brace, but instead of angling over back, I want to make a straight shot this way. And I'm going to tell you why. For a couple of reasons. One, as these trees get bigger, they're going to be in the fence line, which is fine. But I can't mow around these trees, so I want to be able to mow around them. But I also, once we get up here to this tree, I'll show you, I want to angle these trees and kind of put another probably 5 to 8 trees kind of at an angle this way in our driveway. If I was thinking beforehand, which I was just too excited, and as the year and months go by, we live here, you think of things after you've already done them. If I could have, I would have planted these trees at an angle with the way I want to go and just make a straight line, but we're gonna have to curve it, which is fine. We don't want to move the road. We want the road to stay there the exact way it is, because it works with semis and whatnot. But what I'm going to do today is actually take the top wire off of these posts. We'll tie them on. I'm probably going to put a T-post in the ground where we want that H brace, and this top wire I'm going to make a straight line. And what I'm going to do is get my bobcat and drill all the holes, and we'll just slowly start tamping them. And what's nice is the wire's already there. All I gotta do is pull the wire off, lift it over the new fence, and it's done. And just stretching it tight. And then I gotta build 2 H braces, which is fine. So that's the plan. I don't know when this project's gonna be done, but I want to start it today, and kind of just see where we're going. And then we're gonna be building our entrance to our ranch, which is gonna be fun. That has to do with kind of our collaboration we're going to do with a company, which I'll be explaining that probably towards the end of the week, once we can maybe start that project. But the first thing we're going to do is get this fence done. So all I'm going to do is pull these staples out, try to leave them nice and straight, so do it the right way. And we'll just hold on to them, get this whole top wire off. So we'll go all the way down, and then we'll be able to get it strung up the way we want it. We've got this first section down. So what I'm kind of doing now is, I think I'm gonna go to this third post, 1, 2, 3, 4, because what I want to do is I want to build a barbed wire fence all the way to that fence as well, because kind of what I want to do is, with the entrance, we want to make it right around in here, because we want it to be a straight shot. It's going to be back a little bit farther than we like, but I'm trying to think of I want this post and this fence to be straight with the entrance so it looks nice from the road. So this will be the H brace. We'll end up pulling this out and putting a big post there. But I went ahead and tied the wire on it so that we can tie it on that far H brace so we can get a straight line. So with taking this top wire off, we still have the bottom 4. None of the calves are big enough to jump over this. That top wire is really not even really there for them because they're not big enough for it. So this wire will be fine on the ground. We'll stretch it tight, and then we'll mark it off. Like I said, the holes, we'll come drill all the holes. The cows might mess it a little bit, but we'll be fine. So next thing I want to do is I took the wire off this top here. We'll take the wire off this side, tie it together with that wire from that post, and go straight to this post over here. We just tied the wire to the post. We've got her completely straight down the line. What I'm gonna do now was I started to step them out and mark them. As you can see, I marked that right there. But before I do any of that, I'm gonna get my mower. And that's why I brought the mower over here. I just mowed all this. It's up to my calf, just a bunch of weeds growing. We'll get this mowed so I don't have to worry about, especially when I'm tamping, I don't have to find dirt somewhere. It'll be nice level ground. So we'll get this mowed real fast, both sides of the wire, then get it marked. We'll grab the skid steer and start digging some holes. Let's put the little auger on. So we'll take this one off and put that one on. Let's roll. Let's get to digging. right, y'all, so we got the holes dug. As you can see, you're kind of gonna see the new way the fence line is. So it's gonna be a straight angle like this. We're cutting out the corner because we want to plant some more trees right there, but also being able to mow these and get this fence out of the way, to where these trees are kind of out of this fence line. And then, yeah, so anyways, wait, I just think it's gonna look nicer, and so that's what I'm gonna do. It might not, but it might. But also, since we're cutting out, you know, a portion of the fence, we're gonna have an extra wood post to where I can use, I want to say we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17. So we have 21 wood posts here. I only need 10. So on our entrance here, to where we go straight this way, I'm gonna put this other 10 going that way, to where it's all gonna match, and that's gonna look absolutely awesome. So first things first, I want to go and get my post puller. We'll drive down. I think we're gonna take away the post in that corner over there, and I'll just make those wires tight. So it'll be 1 2 3 4 5 6 of them. I'll leave the one in the middle. I'll just take 5 out. Then I'll stretch the wires till they're tight so those calves can't get through the fence. We'll leave that one post in the middle, but we'll pull out those posts. We'll tamp 5 of them. I have to go watch the girls at 2 o'clock. My wife's going to do a hair and makeup, so her friend's watching the girls right now till about 2. It's like maybe noon now, I don't know. But I want to try to get some of these tamped while it's hot, but it's not terrible. But I still want to try to get a few in the ground. So we got 3 pulled out. What I'm gonna do is 1 2 3. With all these deep weeds, I don't think they're gonna try to push through there, so I'm gonna pull them out, pull these out too, and get them in those holes. Okay guys, we got the first post in. We should be straight. I checked about 4 or 5 times. We are straight, we're level. So let's get these next 2 in, and then the ones we pulled out, we'll do that. Then I want to get these wires tightened up, and by that time it'll be probably time for me to head inside. Number 2's done. Let's work on number 3. We've got 3 done. I'm gonna tighten these wires right here before we move forward. We'll get the other 3 posts, get those in, and by that time, it's quitting time. Okay guys, so I'm gonna tighten this bottom one first. What I'm gonna do is get my stretcher out, yank on the wire a little bit. We'll get her connected. Sometimes you have to pound it a little bit. Then I'm gonna start cranking. One more. Perfect, right there. Now what I can do is pull this off here. It's a little tricky without gloves. You don't want to poke yourself. It does not feel very good. But it happens sometimes, which is fine. Okay. I'll pull this staple out. Now, what I'm going to do is grab it. I'm not going for perfection here because I'm going to be tightening this wire anyways, taking it off tomorrow. So I'm just going to use my pliers. Well, let's cut this brace off so it's out of my way. And I'm actually only going to wrap it once instead of twice. I don't want to cut this wire because I'll use it for my post on this new one, the new one. But we can wrap it once or twice here, tight. And this should do the magic trick right there. Pop the wire off. As you can see, they're all loose, but this one's tight. It'll be nice for that middle one, middle post. I'll probably raise those staples up a little bit, but we'll do the same thing on these three. All right, so you can see they're not super duper tight, but they should hold these cabs in for at least a day. It is very hard to stay motivated in this heat. I've got 3 of those posts in. We just tightened the wire over there. I just ran inside to get a little bit of water. What time is it? $12:48. So we're making pretty fast work of this. But it just stinks. The wind is slowly starting to pick up. You guys can see the ground moves barely. And we need it. It's been completely no wind at all. It's kind of miserable, to be honest. But I want to try to get as much done before I have to go inside with the girls and put them to bed. And I'll probably edit this video because we'll make this probably a 2-part series. We'll finish it probably tomorrow is my guess, maybe Wednesday. I want to try to finish these posts either tonight when my wife gets home, when it gets a little bit nicer out. Maybe we'll come out here with the girls and stuff and put these posts in. After I get these next 3 in, there'll only be 1, 2, 3, 4 left. And so, which I might be able to just do 2 more or something before I have to go inside at 2, but we'll just see what happens. And then what my plan is since there's a big post already in the ground right there, I'm just gonna leave it. It's pretty tight. I'm just gonna pull that post out of the ground, make the H brace for this part right there, and that big post in that corner. My idea is to use that one and maybe that one right there for this stretch, and I'll just put a new post there because that stretch doesn't need to be very tight. And I would go buy all brand new 4 posts, but gosh, I just don't want to spend $150 on nice 8-inch posts. So I'm going to use what I have. So these posts are all different lengths. I went 2.5 feet in the ground. I could have went farther on some of these, but some of them not so much. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to tamp as much as I can. As far as I dug, I'm not going to come back and redig the holes because they're all different. But what I'm going to do is just chainsaw off the top, and then I might just spray paint a little bit of that light brown color on top so it matches. But anyways, so what I'm doing is looking down the line. That post at the very end is a little bit too far this way, and so what I'm going to do is pull it this way a little bit. I'll level it first, try to level it, and if that doesn't help, then I'll move it over, the bottom over this way. Okay, so we're already angled at a slight angle to the wrong side. So I'm gonna go ahead and move the bottom towards you. This post isn't really straight. See if we can't find a straight side. That don't look too bad. And that's not terrible right there. Good there. I'm good there. So look. That looks good to me. Just finished the 6th one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We look pretty straight. Straight enough to me. I can barely tell any difference. And wood posts are hard. T-posts are easy to line up, especially with 2 people, but with 1 person it's a little bit harder. So there's a lot more walking back and forth. But anyways, guys, those last 4, I'm gonna save those for this evening. Me and the family will do that. So I probably won't even video it. We will just video the H braces tomorrow, strain up the wire tomorrow. Then we should be done. Then we can pull out the rest of those and get her cleaned up. Anyways, guys, let's go check out these bottle calves real quick. I think we're in their pasture. I don't think we're in their pasture. We're in their pasture, but beforehand, fingers crossed we don't have any calves get out tonight, which we shouldn't. I'll tighten the rest of that wire later this evening. But I'm glad we got those in. I went a little bit farther on the spacing. The spacing on those wood posts now are like 10 feet, and I went 14. I don't know if I'll regret it or not, but I want to get that wire tighter anyway, so that's what we're gonna do. We'll see if it pays off or not. Anyways, yep, they're all up here behind the barn in the shade. Oh, you guys want to see an update on my... I need to take this down. Let's just say they have destroyed it, and it did not work very good. So now I know bottle calves will chew on that kind of stuff, but that's fine. I don't want to get them too riled up, but gosh, the flies are absolutely terrible. Got a lot of projects coming up, like I've said. The arch, this fence, good project here that'll take 2 or 3 days. We have some bottle calves we're going to be selling. We have wean calves we're going to have to be getting up in probably 2 weeks to get them back to the feed yard. We have preg checking. We have all sorts of things. It's going to start getting busy here as we go into fall and winter. But I appreciate you guys watching. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.